Madison. I'm back. I want to introduce you to the cute buddy. He's so adorable. He's gonna go run around in his ball. Go ahead in there. There's a good boy. Good buddy. Go eat some dandelion leaves. Okay. So, my second video, I missed a few things. My fibromyalgia really makes it hard for me to think. And it's a beautiful day. It's like about 70 here. And rolled up my sleeves. I got shorts on. I'm excited. So, well, the youngest back I can remember was 2 years old. I remember moving to Marion, the small ridge town I was talking about. But I also remember living in Fall River on Flint Street right before that, and it was right across from one of my favorite places to get food at, called Sam's. They have meat pies, manish. It's Lebanese. It's really yummy. And you drive by, it's like, oh, okay, I smelled that. Yes. By 3 years old, after we moved out, I helped my dad out as his little helper. Well, I was 3, so I pretended to help. I loved watching him work. It was like when he'd cut wood, the smell, it made the sawdust, everything like that was really like relaxing, the smell of it. And so I practically watched him rebuild our whole house. We flipped it like upside down practically. Downstairs we turned in garage into a living room. And we kept the kitchen upstairs for a while. Kitchen upstairs? What the heck's up with that? So we moved it downstairs eventually, but the house kept switching. That's what made me get into the trade that I went to Job Corps for, which will be in a later video, because I love labor work and it just makes me happy. And 3 years old, I went into like this daycare preschool. How many people had a boyfriend or girlfriend before like the age of 8? Me. I don't know, it was 3 or 4 years old. I get the 2 years mixed up, but I went there for 2 years. I had a boyfriend. I actually went to school with him, graduated and everything. I don't think he remembers, but we were boyfriend girlfriend. We would sneak into the baby room where they kept the babies and like make out. Yes, preschooler making out. That happened. And I don't even know, like, I never really watched anybody kiss like that, so I don't know where it came from. But, and then I can't remember the years. The other year, whichever one it was, 3 or 4, I had this best friend, and I don't want to name her because I think they're like be asking her questions. She probably doesn't remember. She was a year younger than me, so I was probably 4. Yeah. And I kept switching from her being my girlfriend and my friend I grew, who was in my grade my whole life. They didn't care. I had a boyfriend and a girlfriend, like it was crazy. But me and her were like inseparable, and we got married. It was preschool, but yep. So that was interesting to have for a memory. People at the daycare had no idea. They had no clue. I mean, they kept finding me and my boyfriend in the other room, but they didn't know what we were doing. If they only knew. And that says something. I mean, how can they not keep track of preschool kids? Come on, we disappear for a little while? It shouldn't happen. Nobody should be disappearing. Which is why I didn't want to put my kids in daycare, but they did anyways. Oh yeah, 4 years old. My mother wanted to breed the Great Dane we had. So we rented out a friend of hers, female Great Dane, and oh, they're wonderful dogs. They're so protective, so loving. They love kids. I mean, they're huge, but they would protect anybody that they loved with no hesitation. So they're like one of the best dogs in my mind. And they were beautiful. Ours named Eclipse. Oh, he was huge. My dad's like 5'10". He's 5'10" and we would dance in the kitchen. All us kids and my dad turn on the oldies music, like dancing, and Eclipse would come up and put his paws on my dad like he's dancing with them, and he would love it. And he was so big, his head hit the ceiling. That's how big that dog was, and I think it was 7.5-foot ceiling. Whew. Don't want to mess with him. I used to ride him like a horse. I used to get on his back and ride around in the yard. That was fun. How many people get to do that? I can't even read my handwriting. And between 4, 5, no, I was 4. I think I was 4 years old. This one's a shocker. It's hard for me to talk about. No one could prove it. My sister blames herself because she was supposed to be watching me, but I was watching a younger girl. I think she was 2. And my dad was playing softball with some of my uncles and a couple of my aunts, and some guys on their bowling league played softball when there wasn't bowling. And it was in the summer, and I used to go to the games, and most of the time there was a playground, and so we'd go off and play on the playground. And I was babysitting. Yes, I just said that. 4 years old, babysitting a 2-year-old. We were playing on the swing set. This was in Fairhaven, right kind of next to the old Bijou, if anyone from my area knows what that is. I miss the Bijou. $2 for a movie. $2. So we were playing. I don't know where my sister went. And I was on the jungle gym, noticed an old man watching. Didn't think anything of it. I thought, oh, he's enjoying the day, whatever. He didn't seem threatening because he was old. Next thing I knew, I'm at the top of the jungle gym and he's fucking behind me. Like, I don't even know how he even climbed the thing, being how old he was. I mean, I was 4, so I thought he was really old. But he did have wrinkles and, like, those age spots, you know? But he ended up saying something. Like, I still didn't feel too threatened, and he said something, and I sat down at the top of the slide and had the girl I was babysitting in my lap. And he pretty much had, like, his arm around me so I wouldn't leave. Then I got scared. And he molested me while he was reading the dirty words of the graffiti that was written on the thing of the top of the slide. And I'm like, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know what was happening. All I knew was, the feeling was, oh, this is bad. This is not good. I was 4. But I knew it was bad. Like, I was like, oh, what's that? Oh, I don't even know this guy. He's touching me and talking to me. So, I was pretty clever. I was like, okay, we're gonna go down the slide now. And he had, at one point, took his arm off. So I was like, yeah, slide. And I was like, oh, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get juice for the girl. And so I ran to my dad, and I didn't want to cause attention, but I was screaming for him eventually on the sideline because I didn't want to get hit by a softball. And he told me, oh, go play. And then he realized that I was screaming now, and so it was important. And there was like a whole search team for any old man they could find in the area. And I don't even think the police were called. I think they thought I was, like, making it up or something. My sister remembers. I don't know how she saw and didn't say anything. I don't know exactly. I've been trying to get these memories off of other people, not just from my head. But it was. I had nightmares about it. I still like have bad feelings about it. But I mean, it was forever ago. The guy's probably dead by now, and if he's not, that's crazy. But I never saw him again, and I was never allowed to go to a softball game unless there was an older kid there. Even though when I went with an older kid, they never watched me because they could never run as fast or climb as fast or tell me what to do. I was like, listen to you. Yeah, okay. Okay. So every time I drive by that place, I just get this sick feeling in my stomach. I couldn't even possibly go there now if I wanted to, probably. Probably throw up just thinking about going. Oh. That was really tough. Tough. Disgusting and horrible. I wish they'd called the police at least. I probably could have gave them a good description. I have photographic memory. But win. Saying something. Quit. Fuck it. Sorry, people who don't like smoking and think it's disgusting. I do too, but when I'm more stable in my life and things stop being so stressful for nothing, like I want normal stress. I don't want the stress I have. That's another story. Anyway, I have tons of stories. At 4 years old, one of the best things ever happened to me. I got a cat. My mother's cat gave birth to kittens. There was a bunch of them. We kept 2. One was mine, and one was my older brother's. My cat, per box. I mean, besides my cat that I have now, Sneaky Boy. Well, he's not with me, but he's staying with someone. Best cat ever. Like, best. Indoor, outdoor cat. She lived to 19 years old, so most of my life, she was in my life. She would never attack anybody or anything. I mean, even when I would pull a tail and put her in jail under the laundry basket. There's holes in it, obviously, and she could breathe. She was just like, why are you doing this to me? She like, she used to walk to by first grade, she would walk me to the bus stop in the morning, and then she'd be there waiting when I got off the bus in the afternoon. Amazing cat. And I had started doing chores in the house that no 4-year-old should be doing. Washing dishes, cleaning the bathroom. I mean, help with sweeping, that's something to start with. But when everything else, come on. By 5 years old, I had trouble sleeping. I don't know why. But I used to stay up and watch I Love Lucy reruns. By 2 in the morning, my dad would be like, what are you doing up? Watching TV? What the blah blah blah? I'm like, oh, I couldn't sleep. He's like, roll over and close your eyes. Well, obviously that didn't help. And around 5 years old, me and my sister and my cousin Erica, who we were very close with, in the summer we saw each other more. We used to play a game called Jungle Girls. We had our own language. My sister and I had our own language. She's Cuckoo Malaka, and I'm Fufu Malaka. Okay, that was our names. Malaka in our language is girl. So cuckoo means crazy, and Fufu means stupid. So she was crazy girl, and I was stupid girl. Because even at that age, people knew I wasn't smart like everybody else. But it was fun. We used to go in the woods playing Jungle Girls. And I think my cousin, I forget my cousin's name that she had. I'll have to ask my sister. Cuckoo Malaka, Fufu Malaka, and Erica Malaka. We'd go in the woods, we'd play Jungle Girls for hours, man. Jump on the trampoline when we were hungry and weren't allowed to have a snack. We'd jump up and catch it in the sky and pretend to eat. And we'd forget all about being hungry. I still use that concept today. Pretending to eat. It was pretty good time. Past 5 years old, it got a lot more difficult, a lot more interesting, a lot more sad, a lot more scary. Yes, scarier than the being molested in a kid's park. It was almost the best times of my life that I can remember. Up to 8 years old, I'd say, was good. Good enough. But yeah, I was 5. I started t-ball. That was fun. By then, my uncle, I think, had gone into the Marines, and he was in the Gulf War. He's dead now. This is the tattoo for him. He loved guitars. He was supposed to teach me. He died when I was 8. Because a lot of veterans have problems with substance abuse. Apparently he did. I didn't know that until way after. Or actually, he was experimenting to make a new drug. Like, you know, crack came the new big thing in the 80s. Well, he wanted to make the new something in the 90s. And he died from, he was his own lab rat. That's the most I got out of it. And it, supposedly, but not supposedly, suspicious. The manager at the veterans home where he was living, it was just suspicious or something. My mother wanted to have it be a murder investigation, but that never happened. Kind of messed her up after that. She got more, sorry mom, she got more bitchy. I mean, her youngest brother died. Practically after age 9, after age 11, my mother raised her siblings because her mother died and her father was an alcoholic and left the family. So pretty much she was like their mother figure of her siblings. So when the youngest died, she was just, whew, I can't imagine. I'm not even that close with my siblings. Only my sister. In kindergarten at 5 years old was interesting. That's when I realized that I was really different. Watching all the kids being super smart with everything, and I just felt like I knew nothing compared to them, and it was kind of a bad feeling, like I'm the stupidest one in the class. I started beating kids up on the playground and telling them if they told, I'd beat them up worse, and it worked. They didn't tell. I never got told on for it. Sorry, guys. But that's all I can remember for now, so again, if you have any suggestions for a video that I can do for you, any comments, comment. If you like this, like. If you want to listen to my ramblings of my life more, subscribe. down below. And everybody enjoy this day. It's a lovely day. Bye, Facebook. I mean, YouTube.